Hi, it's Melba here, and this is week 2 of Creating in the Mist. And this week our focus is embracing our authentic self. Now, I kind of wanted to start with telling you a little bit about my beliefs on our authentic self. So, for me, I think that you could call your authentic self God, or your soul, or your spirit. I think that there's a lot of different names. But what I personally believe, and kind of my belief has evolved over time, is that we've always existed. There's like this consciousness in us that has always existed and will always exist. And while we're a physical being here right now in this time and space, that there's this part of us, this consciousness that has always been, and like I said, will always be. And so that consciousness is always knows all and kind of sees all, and is kind of what keeps the whole, we're all connected. So everybody has this consciousness, and it's kind of what makes up God, kind of. I don't know if I'm explaining that well. But, so this consciousness is something that we can access at any time, but we do live in this physical world, and so we also have society around us, so we don't always necessarily can hear that our authentic self, can hear that consciousness telling us what, I don't really know why we're all here, but I do believe that other than, I think we're all here to grow and learn and evolve. I do believe we're all here to evolve, spiritually evolve. And so that consciousness is kind of like our true self. And so I call it our authentic self, call it your higher self, your soul, your God self, whatever. And I found that throughout my life that I've always kind of known that. I've always kind of tried to contact that inner part of me. And definitely in my mid-20s, I started to read some more spiritual books and meditation books and some Eastern religious books, and really tapped into that part of myself and meditated a lot. But that outside of my life was kind of crazy then in my 20s, and doing destructive behaviors and not really focusing on a healthy lifestyle. But internally, I would meditate every day, and so it was kind of like this big contrast, what was going on really on my day-to-day life and what was happening on the inside of me. And then as time went on, my outside of my life was healthier and had healthier relationships, but then I kind of lost touch with that consciousness in a known way. Like, obviously that consciousness was guiding me, but I didn't know myself. I didn't talk to her or it or whatever you want to call it as much. And so finally, I feel like now, at this point in my life, I've been able to do both. I've been able to kind of live a healthy lifestyle, and I kind of mean that in all different ways. Like, my relationships, are healthy, and I take care of myself, and I don't do destructive things. I kind of broke a lot of patterns, and so I have that going on for me. And then now I've also been able to tap into that consciousness, and meditation, I find, is the best way to do that. Is to spend 20 minutes every day just kind of deep breathing. Now, you can look it up on YouTube, or you can Google it, and you'll see a tremendous amount of different ways to connect with your higher self or your consciousness. There's guided meditations, there's books on it, but I just find sitting and breathing and kind of listening to that voice within and kind of quieting my mind is really important. Now, I don't get to do this every day. I have 2 kids and a busy life, and I'm often not alone right now. My kids are in the other room, and so I find I need quiet and to be alone to do it. But I do try throughout the day. I think once you have established that connection, I think that you can hear that voice inside of you whenever you want. So throughout the day, I'm able to connect with my authentic self. A lot of times in the car, I'm dropping the kids off from school. On the way back, I can kind of tap in. It's just talking to yourself and knowing that that's a higher wisdom, and you kind of can feel it inside of you. So I'm very curious to hear if any of you already do that, meditate, or have a way that you connect with your inner being. And also, if this is the first time you're trying it, what that experience was like for you, or what works for you. So I do try to sit in my sacred space, the one that's by the bookcase, on the love seat, and because I feel it has like a really strong energy, and I breathe and I just kind of empty my mind, and sometimes I count, sometimes I say Om Mani Padme Hum. It's like a little, I don't know, Buddhist mantra, and I read it somewhere, and I just try to really not think about anything, and then afterwards, I don't know, I just feel so invigorated after I'm able to do that. And I notice that my days definitely have better flow when I've spent some time meditating. So love to hear from you and what your thoughts on that, and I will see you all soon, or talk to you all soon. Bye.